The Guru Johnson. It's time to go out to the Boxer and Gerson guest line as we get set for NFC Championship weekend. None other than KJ Wright, former Super Bowl champ and Pro Bowler KJ Wright. Currently, you can catch his podcast, KJ All Day, on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and much more. KJ, friend of the program, thank you for joining us, man. How are you?
Fellas, doing well. How y'all doing?
All right. Oh, fantastic. Look, you've been in the trenches. You've been in these games before. What is the mentality as everything continues to ramp up every single playoff round, wild card, divisional, now conference championship weekend? You can taste a trip to the Super Bowl. What is the mentality going to a game like this?
This round is when you can really feel like, oh, my goodness, we got past the wild card. We got past the divisional round. I could really see me hoisting that Lombardi trophy. I just have one more opponent left in my way, one more opponent standing in what I really want to go get, and we have got to go win this game to go get to Las Vegas. And so people ask me all the time, which is more intense? Which is more intense? Without question, guys, it's the NFC Championship. I mean, it's just the mentality, the energy. You're in a home crowd or you're in an away crowd. And it's just no better feeling than, obviously the Super Bowl is the better feeling, but there's no better feeling like knowing that you're going to the game because you've been dreaming of this your whole entire life. And when you finally get there on your home turf, it's a great feeling.
KJ, man, you were a part of one of the best defensive units to ever do it. Last week, I told my partner and the fans, 38-10, Green Bay has no chance. And a lot of that, KJ, was the Niner defense had been, the big bad bullying. It was nasty. And last week, they didn't get home. Is that something they can just, Mariah Carey, just shake it off and it means nothing? Or I don't want to call it a slump. How much of a concern is that for Niner fans to think, can they just hit a button and show up and cause ruckus for Golf and Company?
No, they're going to shake it off. They're going to shake it off. Let's remember, guys, a lot of these guys on the football field had 2 weeks off. They didn't play that much week 18, and obviously they had the bye week in the first round of the playoffs. And so I saw it. I saw those guys. They looked a little tired, a little sluggish, a little winded. The chemistry wasn't quite there on either side of the football. Neither one of the offenses or defense was looking like the number one team in the NFC when they played against the Packers, especially in their first half last week. And so by all means, the 49ers have been my favorite team to watch all year. This defense has been outstanding all year. This offense, I've enjoyed watching these guys put up all the numbers that they putting up. And so I do believe we want to see a different ball game come this Sunday. I need for Kyle Shanahan, his game plan last week versus the Packers, I did not like. I did not like it at all. I know that Deebo Samuel went out the game, but he just did way too many things that he hasn't done all football season. Get back to the run game. Play action, Brock Purdy. If I see a lot of 3-step drop, a lot of 5-step drop like I saw this past Sunday or this past Saturday, then I don't see the Niners winning. Wow. So run the ball, play action, Brock Purdy, get him downfield, and hopefully Deebo Samuel is healthy enough to make this offense more explosive.
KJ Wright joining us here on the Boxer and Gerson guest line, former Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowl linebacker, played for one of the greatest defenses of all time. We appreciate his insight. KJ, you mentioned Brock Purdy, and when I look at this kind of game, I understand that McCaffrey is kind of the fire starter for this 49ers offense, but that is where Detroit is very stout. Where they are not is against the pass. I think this needs to be a Brock Purdy game if, to your point, the 49ers are to advance to the Super Bowl. How do you expect Brock Purdy to bounce back after his performance against Green Bay? I know he had the game-winning drive, but for most of that game played beneath what we expect from him. What do you expect to see from Brock Purdy on Sunday?
I expect a bounce back. I'm a big fan of Brock Purdy and the last 5 minutes of their ball game. That's what I'm accustomed to seeing. I'm accustomed to seeing someone that's confident. I'm accustomed to seeing one that knows how to get the ball out quickly and make good decisions. But here's the thing, guys. Throughout the ball game, in the meat and potatoes in the heart of the ball game, that's when he has got to be on point. Like I said, this past week, Kyle Shanahan, for some reason, decided to just do quick game, a lot of 3-step, 5-step drops. He did a lot of check downing to Christian McCaffrey. And so they do have that same game plan. I fully expect for Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator of the Lions, to take away that safety blanket from Brock Purdy, take away the check down and force him to throw the ball downfield. He can do that. I believe that is something that he really want to hang his hat on, just get the ball out to the check down, let Christian McCaffrey give me 7-8 yards. and set us up for a manageable third down.
KJ, I got to be careful here. You mentioned Deebo, and we know he's 50-50. My partner and I, we expect him to play. But can you take us behind the curtains if you're a Detroit Lion defender? Okay, yes, his shoulder. Are they trying, when they get a chance to tackle him, is the game going so fast it's just a regular tackle? Or do they talk like, man, we got to see if that thing is okay when we tackle him to try to inflict pain and maybe get him out the game?
We call it lay heavy on him.
Oh.
Lay heavy on him. When you tackle a guy, however much you weigh, put all your body weight on his body. It's not dirty. It's not being malicious. Lay heavy on him. That's just the name of the game. And so for Deebo Samuel, the really, really great athletes know how to play through pain. They know how to protect their body even in the midst of playing in the most violent sport on the planet. And so when he does get his carries, when he does get his catches, if you see two guys coming, you know what you do? You do a Tyler Lockett. What he does best, and you just lay on the ground. You just fall for it and do not let these guys hit you. But I know his makeup. I know his DNA. That's going to be hard for Deebo Samuel to do. But if his shoulder is banged up, you do not want to take those hits because guys' mentality on the defensive side of the football, we got to attack these guys and see if he can make it the direction of the football game.
KJ Wright joining us on the Boxer and Gerson guest line. Check out his podcast, KJ All Day, on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you download your podcasts. Also, you can hear him on Seattle's ESPN 710 AM, The KJ Wright Show. You mentioned Kyle Shanahan and the game plan, in which was kind of uncharacteristic for what we've seen the majority of this season and the offense. He coached, in my opinion, passively on Saturday. Compare that with Dan Campbell, who might be the most aggressive head coach out there. Do you look at them as a battle of styles, or like how do you sort of slice up the head coaches? Because I think no one would say Kyle Shanahan is a lesser coach than Dan Campbell. But in my opinion, if there is a way for Detroit to win this game, it is taking advantage of the fact that you have a head coach that will maximize possessions or will try to maximize possessions opposite a head coach that might turtle up a little bit and might not get the most out of possessions.
Let's just take a look at Kyle Shanahan's track record. Let's take it back when he was with the Falcons in the Super Bowl. And we saw the decisions that he made in that ball game. Should have run the ball, decided to pass, Matt Ryan take a sack, Patriots win the ball game. Let's take it to the other Super Bowl versus the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. Just like, man, what are you doing? Like, just keep running the ball. Why are you doing this in this situation? And I see this game plan last week, and I'm like, this isn't you. This isn't what got you to the divisional round of the playoffs. I think he had way too much time on his hands with that bye week. And so for Kyle Shanahan, you are the greatest play caller in this game right now. You are the best when it comes to maximizing your talent on offense. But just do what got you there. Do the little things right. Just don't make stuff up, as Coach Carroll would say. And so I'm really excited to see him make this offense be what they've been all football season. Because when Kyle Shanahan is on, the rest of this offense is on.
KJ, walk us through the week that is for like Ambry Thomas. A couple guys in the secondary had a problem with the flag. How nervous are they that Detroit doesn't try to exploit that?
Exploit what exactly?
Like throwing the ball downfield and hoping for a flag because it's in their mind or whatnot. I thought Green Bay got away from that.
Yes, they did, and as defenders, we're very aware of what these referees are looking for. We're very aware of the style of referees that we're going to have. Coach Carroll would tell us all the time, this referee, he's aggressive on the back end. He calls each and everything up front in the trenches. They're going to let you guys play. Don't be looking for a holding call. And so we go into a game knowing what type of referees we want to have. When you're out there on the football field, man, we got to just play ball. You got to play ball, make the right play. They throw it downfield. You go up there, don't draw any contact, simply get the ball down. And so it's going to be fun. For these referees, stay out the way. Don't mess up an NFC Championship game. It's going to be fun. Like, both of these teams have earned the right to be here. They've earned the right to just have an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. Let's just see an exciting game. And don't let it come down to an iffy call like we saw in the Super Bowl this past year.
KJ Wright, Super Bowl champion winning player with the Seattle Seahawks. Also, of course, a Pro Bowl linebacker joining us on 95.7 The Game. Want to get you out on this, KJ. You mentioned, what might be able to change the game, flip the game. What do you think the X factor is in this game, and how do you see it playing out? Who do you think is coming out of the NFC?
I got the Niners. I have the San Francisco 49ers. I fully expect Deebo Samuel to be healthy and to be out there and to get through the game. And just the talent, just the Jimmys and the Joes. You guys got it. How many? 9 Pro Bowlers?
Oh, yeah.
A gang of all pros. Just the talent that you guys have on your football team, the coaching that you guys have. I expect this defense to bounce back. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy bad versus the Packers, but they're a more dominant football team than that. And the field situation, you saw that Gibson slipped for a touchdown. Like, guys were slipping and sliding. If that doesn't play in the factor, I got the Niners coming out of the NFC playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Well, no Lamar. Yeah.
Oh,
no
man.
Lamar. Yeah.
The NFL guys, we know how the NFL thinks. It's about the money. They want Taylor Swift and the Swifties there.
Wow,
come on,
conspiracy.
you know this.
Look at KJ.
You know this.
I love it.
Okay, KJ, we appreciate you taking time out of your day for us. We certainly hope you're right about the 49ers, and we look forward to seeing a great game. Enjoy it this weekend, man. Thank you so much.
It's going to be fun. Thank you, guys.